Welcome back to the Ektelon U.S. National Doubles Championships. Leif Elsmo along with Steve Strandemo. And Steve, the women's competition is now finalized, and we're going along to the men's open competition. Two very strong teams.
Strong teams and really experienced players. And one is a combination of the way you'd probably want to play doubles if you had a left-handed partner, righty-lefty. You're strong on both sides. And then the righty-righty combination of Sergio and Tim. So it'll be a real challenge for Sergio.
Let's take a look at them a little more closely, starting with Bill Sell and BrianHawkes.
Well, a strong team because of the fact that they're a righty-lefty combination, so anything hit along the right wall, left wall, and those alleys can really come in with a strong forehands, and they're good with their backhand, so they'll take care of the middle. Strong team. They're going to be tough. Well,
they're going against another very formidable pair, and that's Tim Hansen and Sergio Gonzales.
Well, Tim has got a strong forehand, and he and Brian are going to, I'm sure, really battle it out over here. They're both big guys, and on the left side, Sergio is really going to have his work cut out because it's tough on a righty to play the left anyway, and especially against a very good left-handed forehand in Bill Sell. So it'll be interesting. We'll see who can gain the advantage.
Nope. Back to live action, and here is Bill Sell, age 26, from Huntington Beach, California, as the teams get ready for the championship here at the Ektelon U.S. National Championships from Baltimore, Maryland. A beautiful court. And Steve, we might make a comment about the light floor that's being tested here.
Yeah, it's about the first time that it's ever been in competition that has been televised. And it really makes for nice viewing of the contrast of the ball as it's passing from the front wall back through into the players. And it's been very well received. It's a little different for the players to look at something so white when they've been used to a little bit more of a brown floor. But the playability is fine, and actually it's been very easy to see the ball. So hope it works well.
Racquetball being very popular, 8 million Americans playing racquetball at least once a month. Things like the floor treatment and the continuation of better equipment with Ektelon's oversized racket, the mid-size, about 4 years ago, really revolutionized the game. A lot of things continuing to make it a very successful and well-played game by the masses here in the United States. Teams getting ready to warm up and start play. We see Bill Sell. He'll be in the purple shirt there on the right. BrianHawkes. Brian's got his name right there. Easy. Actually, all of them do. Very easy to tell, or Tim does on the Ektelon, part of the Ektelon team. And Brian.
Okay, everybody ready? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals of the U.S. National Doubles Championships. The competing teams. Serving first will be Bill Sell and BrianHawkes from California. Let's give them a good hand, ladies and gentlemen. Receiving first are Tim Hansen and Sergio Gonzales from Florida. The players ready? Let's play ball. And Bill Sell serving. Score is 0, serving 0. Skipped. Point.
Skip ball by Hansen.
1, serving 0. That's good. Point.
Oh. All right, Steve, let's take a look at the action.
Relax.
Good forehand by Brian.
BrianHawkes, of course.
Okay. Bill Sell serving. Score is 2,
starting off very
0.
strong in the front court for the Sells-Hawkes combination. 2-0 early in the first game.
Point.
Excellent backhand. Tough when
Hold it just a second, fellas.
as Tim goes for a shot. Bill's over on the right-hand side because Brian got caught on the left. Good backhand drive. He hits a couple feet up on the wall and gets back behind him. Nice drive down the wall.
Scores 3,
Excellent.
serving
Good
0.
backhand.
Point.
Hawkes with another wallpaper shot.
With the racket, he
Score
gets
is 4, serving
so
0.
much velocity, he can just about make that ball skid.
Skipped, point.
Skip shot by
Five.
They're really
Sergio
trying to
Gonzales.
push the action, and they jam it in at different angles against these guys, and especially they're going to run a few over here to Sergio's backhand.
Side out. This is Tim
So
Hansen
finally, we
serving.
got a side out, and Hansen comes in.
Hold it
Let's take a
second.
look at
Hold
some
it,
of the
Tim.
action.
Great forehand shot right there. I mean, that definitely falls into the kill shot category. Hits about 3-4
Tim
inches up on
Hansen
the wall,
serving,
bounces
scores
twice before it
0,
gets back to the
serving 5.
defenders. Great forehand technique.
Hand out.
That's what's going to make it so difficult, because he can generate the velocity and he can get
Hold
it
on,
back
sir.
behind Sergio. Really tough. Good forehand. Great there. If you see that again, you'll see a perfect triangle in the
Sergio
middle of the court
Gonzales
with the
serving,
defenders,
score 0, serving
Tim
5.
and Sergio with the white shirts in the front, and Bill just positioned right behind him in a triangle.
Hold it, hold it. Play a hinder on that one.
Hinder called.
First serve. Score is 0, serving 5. Hinder. Zero, serving 5.
0-5.
It's skipped. Side out.
It's close when that ball, it's hard to tell if that ball's
Score is
skipping in. We have a
5,
great view here, and that thing is hit so hard and so low. You're not sure if it's... There it is. Good shot. Hit from an open stance. Hit the side, but just hit the floor before it caught the front wall.
Score is 5, serving 0.
5-0.
Skipped. Point. Score is 6, serving 0.
Bill Sell and BrianHawkes continue to dominate.
That's good. And out. This is BrianHawkes serving. Score is 6, serving 0.
Steve, any correction that you see that they must make to get back in
Long,
this?
long.
Hansen and Gonzales are getting themselves a deep hole.
Well, they are, because it's, you know, Brian and
Second
Bill's
serve.
coming aggressively on his serve, and Brian can generate tremendous velocity.
Long.
You
Side
know,
out.
and even now in the second serves, these guys are being so aggressive. They're coming with a hard
Score
second
0,
serve. So
serving 6.
it's virtually a relentless offensive attack.
Tim Hansen serving, needs to get something going here. Down 0-6.
Point.
Gets him on the board.
Hold on a second, fellas. Hold on.
I mean, at this level of competition, the ability to put the ball down like Tim does with his forehand there and kill it in front of those guys is necessary, because they're so quick that if you
Scores
start
1, serving
repassing
6.
everybody, the defenders will get to the ball and keep it in play.
That's good.
Great example of just a flat
1,
ball out.
serving 6. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Sergio shot skipped. Side out.
Skip called on Sergio Gonzales.
Score is 6, serving 1.
6-1. They got on the board, Steve, but they've really got to get back in the serving position. Take away the momentum from Sell Hawkes.
We first serve again.
See a lot of balls driven into the walls. They're kind of getting
Score is
back
6,
into the
serving
defending
1.
team and trying to jam them up.
That's good.
Good shot.
Hand out. 6, serving 1. Skip. Let's go. Excuse me. That was a good shot. Side out. Hold on a second, fellas.
Side out, exactly what they needed to have happen. Hansen on the serve, but here's how it came about.
Great reverse pinch where Tim hits the left wall, pinches it so that it dies up in the
Scores
front
one,
right, and has
serving
Brian
6.
pinned back a little bit in front of him. It's a great shot.
Hansen with a chance to get his team back into this game.
That's good.
He is so strong. He basically has a pretty
6.
simple short stroke, and he has powerful strength, and he has the strength of the racket. And for BrianHawkes, I tell you.
Short.
It's an impressive forehand.
Second serve.
Sergio Gonzales serving, down 1-6.
Skipped. Point.
So the
Hold
second
on,
point of the
fellas.
match as we look at Hansen. They finally get down to a 6-2 situation, 2 serving 6. Good effort by Hansen.
Scores 2, serving 6.
Great get into the back wall.
Hold it. Hold it. That's an ace. Point.
These guys are getting so good at standing where Sergio is and hitting the crack behind
Scores
the service
3,
line,
serving 6.
having a crack out where it virtually rolls off the glass for 2 bounces, obviously, and then the ace serve.
Play hinder on it. Play a hinder on it.
Play
hinder.
over with
Ball is
Tim
playable.
Hansen
I think he
hindering
could've
Bill
got it
Sell.
easily. Score is 3, serving 6.
I think the light floor definitely is
Hold it! Footfall.
football.
It's really nice, and it's fun to watch. It just, as I think probably for everybody, including
Second
myself, just
serve.
getting used to being familiar with a lighter floor.
Didn't make it. Side out.
Side out. Hansen and Gonzales go on the defense. Bill Sell, BrianHawkes move into the serving box.
Timeout.
Timeout called by
BrianHawkes,
the
Bill
Hawks-Sell combination. And we'll be back with more of our Men's Open Championship competition from the Ektelon U.S. National Championships in Baltimore, Maryland.
First game, Bill
Men's
Sell.
doubles championships. Sell Hawks got off to a quick lead, 6-0. Hansen Gonzales came back with 3 points. And Steve Strandemo, they really needed to get those 3, and they need to get the serve back now.
Well, they do. They were
Hold it. Skip.
they're working themselves back into it. Bill and Brian have just a little bit of momentum yet. It helped to get those points back on the board because it was really it was starting to spread fast.
Ooh. Hinder called, and that was a pretty heavy collision.
I got him.
Sergio Gonzales.
Great shot. Great get up in there by Brian. And he pushes a great shot, and then he runs into, his head runs right into Bill's seemingly right arm, right shoulder, right there. Now watch this good get by Brian up in the front. And actually hits a great cross-court pass off of that, and when he goes laterally into the side wall, makes contact with Bill.
Sergio focusing on the ball totally and ran right into Bill Sell's shoulder.
These guys have the ability to move forward to get the ball so well that unless you flat kill that thing up in the front, they're going to get it, keep it in play. That's why doubles is so much fun to watch a little, probably longer rallies than you'd get in a normal singles game.
7-3 the score.
It's a great shot.
8, serving 3.
8-3 as the combination of Sell and Hawks start to pour it on.
Take time, fellas. Hold on.
Some heavy hitting up in here. A lot of times, even in that situation, Bill got caught trying to hit it between his legs because the ball was hit right at him and he didn't have time to move his feet. That time I kind of just pretty much handcuffed it.
Serving 3. Skip. Point.
Skip call, a point.
it's a serve that you start to see these guys run it all the way around the walls, and they've got it so accurate right now that Tim has a hard time trying to scrape it off the right wall as it's spinning from the back wall into the side wall. It's a tough serve. I mean, these guys have got just about mastered it.
Racquetball, very popular all over the world, 64 nations, 5 continents. Getting a little bit of Olympic attention these days.
Hold it. And you're on it.
Good thing you're going to see, too, in all of this play is that everybody has eye guards on with lenses in there. And you're going to see all these players, which is mandatory, but you have to wear this eyewear. And also you notice as the play's going on that it's so critically important for all the players to watch the hitter hit the shot to make sure that they're giving the proper hitting lanes, are out of the way, so you can continuously keep a rally going for its maximum enjoyment. Great game, singles and doubles, but you've got to watch your opponent and you got to be out of the way so you give the hitting lanes to the people.
Score 10-3. Bill Sell, BrianHawkes threatening to go ahead and close out the first game.
It was a wrong call. We're going to play it over again. My fault.
You don't hear that very often in many sports. Referee
Play ball. The score is 10.
claiming he made an error.
Hold on a second, fellas.
Called a skip there, Steve, and then took it back.
I'll tell you, it happens so fast, you know, that when you have to make calls so quickly that, you know, it's great that, you know, he sees something and then he quickly saw it again and saw that he didn't really make the right call.
And it was a good correction that he made.
It is. It's
him.
tough. It is not an easy position up in there.
10-3 to score.
Point.
Sergio went for the reverse pinch and it caught the side, but just hit the floor before the front wall. It's Brian and Bill put on relentless pressure. I mean, the pace in there is significant. It is. There are some hard struck balls.
BrianHawkes, big guy up there, very strong.
That's again where we're talking about where these guys are starting to get the ability to hit the crack, actually hit where the left wall meets the floor and crack out, and it rolls right out of there.
Take a look at it again. Score now 13-3, and here's BrianHawkes with a serve.
And it goes right in the crack and it rolls off on the floor.
No play for Sergio Gonzales. Absolutely no play. That's how accurate that serve was. BrianHawkes back to it. 13-3. They were 6-0, then 6-3 as close as Gonzales Hansen got. Now it's 13-3.
Hold on.
Also, as we're watching this, the number of unforced errors by Sergio and Tim is I think that possibly is.
It's flipped around so that maybe it was
Reversed.
9 for the team of Gonzales Hansen.
I think that might be for Tim and Sergio. And a lot of those unforced errors are caused because the ball's being struck at them so hard and forcing the action, and it's forcing them to miss.
Second serve.
Deep on the serve.
Yeah, I think that would be the... It's a great shot.
Side out, that's exactly what they needed. 13-3. They were as close as 6-3 at one point. Now look at that, 10-point lead. They need some points in a hurry.
Ooh, man. That's when you serve behind the person and the server's coming out of the server's partner's coming out of the box.
I called the screen serve.
Screen serve called. Explain that, Steve.
Well, that would be, it's kind of hard to explain.
He's contesting it right now.
There might have been a screen off the wall, back wall, but I don't know about coming in. So I think that's where your hinder is right there, because Bill didn't have a straight shot in. because Sergio's coming off the wall. The hitter's partner's coming off the wall. And that timing of getting one player in front of the other player is usually pretty easy to have happen. That's so tough when these guys drive the ball back around that right-hander's backhand along the wall.
Big, strong BrianHawkes.
That makes life on the left side for a right-hander pretty miserable. It's a good shot. Might notice as Sergio is serving here, you'll see Tim with his back to the wall. If you're playing some doubles, you're going to see there's a shot off the back. Good, coming over to Sergio. Good forehand. Pinches that ball in, drops it up in front of Bill Sell. Excellent shot. Good pinch for Sergio. You might watch Tim over on the right with his back. Another good shot by Sergio.
Sergio Gonzales taking over for the team of Hansen Gonzales. 2 points in a row, 5-13 now the score. They hadn't scored in a long time. And it looks like we might get a timeout here to dry the court.
The thing
Sergio
about just kind of
doing a great job.
Yeah, very good job. Maybe just finish up a little bit on what we're talking about. The Tim has to be in the box, doubles box on the right side. Both the players cannot leave the box until the ball is past the back, the service line, the back service line, the 20-foot line, actually the middle line of the 3 lines you see there, which usually never is a problem when they're serving hard serves because the ball moves back so quickly. But in lob serves, they have to stay in that box until the ball passes over that line.
So second serve, he goes to the lob. Sergio needing another point. Tremendous get by Sergio, but BrianHawkes stayed right on it.
That's like a fastball pitcher just throwing heat at you time after time. Just pressure.
Sergio makes the great move.
That's
here.
a great get. I mean, he's on the floor flipping that thing back, keeping it in play. And then he said something, a great forehand. Well, there's the get, okay? And then he just comes in and short hops it, flat kills it in front of him.
Beautiful job.
Great scoring shot. Good pressure, too, because he had the other team off balance. So instead of backing up and letting him get back into the play, he jumped right on and put the short hop away. Okay.
Hinder called.
Actually, what happened was the ball struck Bill on the way in off of Sergio's racket, which causes a replay.
Hold it! 2 bounces. Linges, I call that get there. 2 bounces. There's been an appeal. I call 2 bounces.
Tim Hansen appealing the call.
Okay.
Point.
This ball's an offensive shot. It's low. It bounces once there and once there just before Tim got his racket on. It happened so fast that he feels he actually gets his racket on it, and then it goes into an appeal. And
who
it bounces
satisfies the appeal,
right
Steve?
in front. So both the linesmen agreed, and the 2-bounce winner holds up.
So there are 2 linesmen down here on the court level that will support the referee.
Yes, and if one of them agrees with the referee, call holds.
So the call holds here.
What a great backhand volley.
And that'll be it. The first game going to Bill Sell and BrianHawkes. Tremendous, powerful first game. Game point right here.
If you're here, if you watch, Brian barely gets out of the box and is really just a little bit behind the short line and sticks a volley right straight in the corner. This would be a good angle to watch it right here. Watch the player on the right in the serving box. Okay, as that play comes through, watch him come out just a little bit. Keeps his eye in there, watches it, volleys it right there into the corner for a ball that is a flat winner.
Tremendous job by Bill Sell and BrianHawkes. And as we look at Hansen and Gonzales, they're trying to figure it out. We'll be back with Game 2 from the Ektelon U.S. National Doubles Championships. It's the Men's Open Division. Stay with us. Looking out on the evening light. Do you want to learn how to drive your backhand?
Left arm underneath like that. Let's pull with the shoulders. Keep your racket back as you're coming through with your shoulders. Right.
No player in racquetball history has played top-level racquetball so consistently and for so many years as Steve Strandemo. His well-known adult instructional camps have helped thousands of players across the country, and his innovative teaching methods are the standard for all racquetball instruction. For a free brochure, write to Strandemo Racquetball Academy, Coronado, California.